Hello gamers, welcome to another DSP video. This one will be a very meaningful, robust, curated style video, so I hope you are excited and ready for the meaningful content because it's going to be something. I have been struggling to make this video because I didn't know how to approach it. I don't know if I should just do it like an honest video like this, or if it should be like a video where I talk about this, then I go on a quest to find the meaningful part of the content. But I figured that would be kind of boring and just kind of like long and whatever. So I think I'll just do it the way I do my videos. So there you go. Okay. So let's get started. Let's get the ball rolling.
Did the main game months ago. Okay.
Okay.
And that'll be fun. By the way, this is absolutely hilarious. I'm just gonna say this. My trolls on the internet hate.
I sure love that he went from I am not going to talk about the trolls to now just bringing us up a lot.
The fact that I say that my content is meaningful. Do you want to know why they hate that?
I love that this is the conclusion he's going to come into, that this is why we hate it. But the real reason why people dog on him for saying meaningful content is that it just feels like an empty buzzword. Because every time he describes it, he just says it's meaningful. But what's meaningful? Like, I can say, like, oh, I watched Ava, and that's meaningful to me because, you know, it deals a lot with depression and all this other stuff that goes on in that show. Like, it's a very interesting show, and that I could say that's meaningful because it goes through a lot of stuff that makes me feel certain ways about things and makes me, like, reinterpret what I'm watching. Same with Serial Experiment Lane, Fargo, all these other shows, whatever. I could argue those are meaningful to me, but I don't understand how he could say what he does is meaningful when it's just him playing a video game. That's not meaningful, because what's meaningful about it? If you just look at it, it's just he's playing a game and sometimes talking to his audience. At face value, what could possibly be gained from what's meaningful about it? And maybe DSP will explain it to us. Maybe he's gonna explain what's meaningful about it. So let's hear him out.
They can't possibly believe that the thing that I do on the internet that they most hate, because they are losers in life.
Wait, what?
Meaningful. Do you want to know why they hate that? Because they can't possibly believe that the thing that I do on the internet that they most hate, because they are losers in life.
The thing he does on the internet that we hate. What? So we hate people playing video games? I don't think that's the case, but whatever. Okay.
Is actually meaningful to some people. Hey, stupid! You dumb fuck! They can't stand it. I make meaningful content. I actually design.
But what's meaningful? And he says, I designed it that way. But what did he design? Okay, let's go to this random Liza P video, right? Correct? What did he design in this one frame? What did he design? Not the game, obviously. That's his font on the bottom of the screen. I mean, font's font. I mean, okay. The border, no, a fan submitted that. Glasses, oh, someone submitted the glasses. The light behind him, someone submitted that. The shirts, well, I guess he bought the shirts, but someone else made the shirt. The painting in the background, that was painted by someone else, and that's not really unique to anything. I mean, if we're gonna do that, then I could say, well, guys, you know, he copied me because I had art behind me and then he started doing that, so clearly he copied me, right? He got, like, trash behind him. Okay, like, what did he design? What's meaningful about this one frame? But let's hit play. Maybe when I hit play, we're gonna get some meaningful statements from the guy. Okay, we're just running, okay.
The music is quite epic right now.
The music is epic. Uh-huh. So what's meaningful about this? Like, what should I be getting from this? Oh, he's playing a video game. Okay. Like, he's not fighting the enemies. He's actually just doing anything in his power to avoid it. He even bragged about this in the Daily Wrap, that he avoided enemies. Which, what's meaningful? Like, think about it. He's avoiding challenges. He's only challenging himself when he wants to either grind or fight a boss. But he's not doing anything that's different or unique about this playthrough. He sees all these enemies. I'm not going to fight them. Let's run away from them. That's meaningful, apparently, to him. Okay. I mean, I'm already bored. I don't know what's going on in this video. Let's see. Does the comments... One new island? Ooh, new island. Oh, my God. Ooh, new island. This is the comment we get on the video. The meaningful content that DSP fans love so much. And all they say is, ooh, new island. And 8 people like the video. This is a day old, by the way. And it has this many views. Like, holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
My content to be meaningful for my audience. That's why I call it curated content. That's why I don't put out fluff garbage content.
But what's meaningful? Like, I'm trying to figure it out, DSP. You just walk around in Liza P and avoid enemies. Starfield, he just talks to people. Like, I don't really remember him even firing a gun. Every time I ever went to a Starfield stream of his, it's just menus or talking to people. Or sometimes a spaceship. And that's it. Like, I don't care. I don't care. And then you go to Liza P and it's just him, like, walking around. Maybe he's gonna fight, but he's gonna avoid if it's more than one enemy because he can't possibly handle more than one enemy. Like, what are we doing? Okay.
Motherfucker.
And then also, he picks AAA games, Game Pass games, but he doesn't go to indie games. He doesn't play anything unique or different unless people tell him that's really good and he's missing out. But he doesn't think that maybe what could be meaningful is that he gives these indie games a shot. Correct? But no, it has to be a meme indie game that gets all his attention like Hades, that he can just fucking jerk off about, oh, I love Hades, man, and all this shit. But he doesn't play these other games. But he virtue signals all these indie games that got fucked by Unity or whatever. This dude is a piece of shit about this. And he's like, oh, my trolls, they hate me because I say my content is meaningful. But what's meaningful? It's just buzzwords with you. And like, when I do my streams, I stream Digital Devil Saga the rare times I do. I play that game. Not, oh my god, I do play that game, Digital Devil Saga, but I also play the old E3 press conferences. So I'm going through all of Sony's old press conferences, and it kind of dawns on me that DSP kind of talks about his content and all this stuff just like that in his podcast. Usually when you watch a podcast, you think, oh, it's a guy just talking to you. It's going to be like catching up on their life or whatever the fuck. But you go to his podcast and it's like going to a press conference and it's boring. It's like the worst parts of the press conference condensed into his podcast. Like, it's insane. It's insane. It's like, if you take away the game trailers they show at E3 and just have these, figureheads at Sony, Microsoft, just talk about sales numbers and what their consoles mean to him, that's his podcast. You guys love PlayStation. We heard it loud and clear. You love gaming. Yes, we're going to have gaming with our partners at E3 this year. You guys got to understand why PS3 is the future. We're charting out the future. We love Final Fantasy 13 and we're proud to announce Final Fantasy 14. Yes, that is his podcast. That's his content. And then you go to his actual content and it's just fucking dull.
You're all losers. Every one of you out there that feels, oh, you feel like pain when I say meaningful content.
No, it's not painful. It's just confusing. I don't understand it. And whenever someone says what's meaningful about it, he's like, you're an idiot. You don't get it. Like, what's to get? Your content's boring.
Fucking idiot. Get fucked. Get fucked. Really. No, really. Go fuck yourself. That's why I'm different from you.
I'm not bitter.
Because I actually do
salty.
positive things that mean something to someone.
What is positive? You're talking about trolls, DSP, and then he goes on recently on this random conspiracy theory about how the PC gaming race have mastered Street Fighter 6 and no one else can reach their level, and how they're all elite at Street Fighter or whatever the fuck. That's positive to complain about other people that you lose to, even though he's been winning these fucking fights? That's positive? Complaining about how people don't watch Starfield anymore, that they're hypocrites for wanting to buy the day zero edition and they don't come back or whatever the fuck? That's positive? Complaining about people how they criticize how you play Liza P? That's, like, so far, every podcast he has always had something to complain about. That's positive! Every day, since this video 5 days ago, there's been stuff he's been complaining about every day. It's this. Oh, Ed Boon fucked up Mortal Kombat. Oh, Uni shit happened. Oh, this happened, that happened. Oh, Epic laid off employees. Can't believe that shit, whatever the fuck. And it's like, it's such a clown world with him, because I have seen a lot of people like talk about the Epic layoffs and all this stuff, and people have been like saying all kinds of stuff about it, and I can like take them seriously about it because whatever. But when DSP talks about it, it's such a bad faith statement coming from him, because he brings it to himself. Oh, this reminds me when I was in the helicopter company. Like, dude, people are losing their jobs, and you're talking about how you lost your job years ago, and like it. And you could argue living sucks more now than it did back then, because now it's like inflation's going up, shit's happening, it's all kinds of fucked up. And he's like, well, I got laid off. Well, this dude is sitting there doing video games for a living and still is able to live in his gated community. And he's sitting there like, oh man, I remember how it was like when I got laid off. Like, dude, shut up. This is really like nonsense coming from him. I'll just leave it at that. It's nonsense coming from him.
Well, all you do is shit on the internet. You are
Wait, what?
Go fuck yourself. That's why I'm different from you, because I actually do positive things that mean something to someone, while all you do is shit on the internet.
All I do is shit on the internet. Okay. I mean, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Scum.
Like, this isn't shitting on the internet as well? To shit on other people? If you're such a positive person, why do you focus on the negative all the time? Like, he starts a stream and he thinks about things that are fucked up in his life or whatever the fuck. Like, and then he tells people, last week, there's something going on behind the scenes. I might take it out on you guys, but I'm sorry if I do. Like, that's positive? That's meaningful to warn your audience that you might take it out on them? Okay, dude.
And my content's better than yours. Oh well. Let's continue.
But how can you say that factually? You don't even watch our content, man. And how does he know? So many people have done so many other things, and like, it's just nonsense. It's just honest nonsense coming from him. And he's sitting there like, oh yeah, man, fuck you. Like, go suck on your own dick and choke on it, bitch.
You're a loser. You have no power over anyone on this planet. If you disappeared today, no one would care. That's the truth of the matter. So go make as many clicks as you fucking want with your loser circle. I would just like to say thank you. This has been an outstanding streaming month. We're in the final 2 days of the month now. Great ways to support the channel right now.
Okay.
2 ways would be the best. Number one.
And then we go into money.
Memberships or gifted memberships.
My
goal.
You have 7 more minutes into this. Holy shit.
Do that by the end of this streaming week. We got 6 days to do that. But as you know, every day it's like this. We gain some, then some expire. Then we gain some, then they expire. So it's like a weird wave, right? Like,
whoa.
Like a sound wave, right?
Yeah, because we obviously have to care about this, right?
So, if you'd like to become a member, consider it. It's many, many features you get for being a member. In fact, one of the biggest features you're about to get is in the month of October. If you're a member, you're going to get priority to nominate games for the upcoming Halloween Marathon event that I'm going to do. It should be pretty fun to be able to get a game nominated and played during that event, while everyone else will be duking it out in more of a general thread where they're going to be posting up.
Okay.
Only members will have the priority to post and have those games voted on and to determine what games will actually get into the marathon. So it's a really cool advantage to have with this upcoming marathon event. Please consider gifting some memberships to the community. I'm sure to this month, with the insane amount of new releases coming out in October, people would absolutely appreciate,
This is
having a membership.
so lame because he wants to hype up the member benefits, and then says, "Why don't you gift it?" But why would they want to give to people? So that, I mean, wouldn't that dilute the member pool for that? Like, I don't know. Like, I get it, but at the same time, like, you could just explain the benefits of members, and people can figure out what to do with their money. But he hasn't explained it because he thinks his audience is too dumb to figure it out. I mean, I get it.
Access to all of my emotes, not having to abide by slow mode rules in the chat, getting a priority in all kinds of various ways. They would love that. So please consider.
They would
the
love
other
it.
thing right now, I'm going to stick with the goal that I had last week. My goal is to hit the level 1 tips goal on every stream.
Now, this is funny. This was another video idea I was gonna have, and I never really did anything about it. But he I don't know if it's in this clip, maybe it is, but he goes on to say, well, some people thought that I bet like $50 a day. No. Like, okay, it's like, then why did you say it? If you wanted $50 every stream, just say that then. But he says every day, and it's honestly just to make him sound cool. And then when he realized that people thought he meant it practically, he was like, wait a second, no. I want $50 every stream. Don't get me wrong. I want it every stream, okay? And it's like, so you lied then. And that's what this fucker does. And then when he gets called out for it, oh, no, I never said that. Oh, they spun it, man. But you misconstrue his own, what he means. It's like he knows what he wants to say, and then, like, before he says it, his, like, brain drops the combo or drops the input and he skips ahead or whatever the fuck. Like, dude, come on.
Or to basically have the equivalent of that over the course of a day. So that means if one day I hit the crazy tier 3 goal on one stream, then we're pretty good.
And then he's like, oh, if you did a tier 3 goal? But if he wants $50 every day, right? Correct? Then wouldn't he want $100? Like, a day? You know, for one stream, if he gets that would be good. And then, like, if he gets 150, that'd be good for 3 streams. Like, you see how stupid this is? He, like, last night when he was playing Street Fighter, he says, like, oh, well, I hit $100, so, like, I do want to hit the tier 1 goal tonight. It's like, dude, you got $100. That's, like, 2 streams worth of $50 tips. And he's equating 150 to 2 streams, but that's 3, dude. If you want $50 a stream, like, you can't do your own math.
I don't have to really worry too much for the rest of the day. But my goal is to hit the tier 1 tips goal every stream this week. All right? And that would help tremendously. That really would right now. So let's see what we could do this week with those goals. Hit those memberships and tips. Now, I'm not looking to give horse in the mouth. If you want to contribute via a super chat or a super sticker or a super thanks, that helps a lot. And especially now, these next 2 days counts towards.
And then you got a middle.
My next.
You like this little facial expression.
Super chat or a super sticker or.
I love this facial expression.
That helps a lot, and especially now, these next 2 days counts towards essentially.
Yeah, the payment you make in September is gonna be in October. Okay, I do want this face. This is a very robust face. This is the meaningful content right here. I hate how this dude talks. He talks like a fucking cartoon character. He does all these faces when he talks. Like, this is how like, I guess it's so that he doesn't look like he's dead inside, but I just love that there's no moderation from Mr. Moderate Your Life man here. It's either he looks dead inside or he's like, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, you can't just be normal. Like, it just makes me wonder, how does he talk to Cat? Does he like, hi Cat, how is Starfield? Is it really good?
My next kind of pay that I'm gonna get from YouTube. Right? After that, anything that I get in October, I won't even see till November. So
oh no,
days,
like, you see how bullshit that is though? Like, oh my god, he's like, well, whatever's in October is gonna happen in November. Yeah, I mean, October's gonna be a month that's gonna end, and then you're gonna be excited for the October payment. Like, I hate how this dude talks about fucking like. It's really the way he talks about YouTube. It's like it should be illegal, like it should be against TOS, but it's not. Like he can't get in trouble for saying just comment on a video, even to say this is for the engagement. That can't be enforced, and it's like it should just be enforced for him. Like that's what I hate. Like you don't want these like very like specific rules on any website because it's unrealistic. Like you can't really enforce false comments or anything like that. Like it's like you can't really do that unless you're without getting like throwing straight bullets at random people. So obviously you don't want like those kind of rules on your website. But DSP is like the poster child for you need those rules just for him. And it's like and he'd complain that it wouldn't be fair, but DSP is a fucking idiot and he's a weasel man. He's a con man. Like, this is why you have all these, like, nonsensical rules that are applied in our society because of people like him. He's the bad apple that ruins it for the class. Like, the teacher could give you candy every day, and then DSP is gonna be that one kid that figures a loophole to get all the candy, and then the teacher's like, okay, that's it, no more candy. And all the students are gonna hate him for it, and they're gonna beat him up after school. That's who he is! Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Fuck this guy.
Into super chatting or anything like that, memberships, now's the time to do it. It would help a lot right now in the short term. But tips in particular also very important right now because why? Very shortly, I have to drop a lot of money for a lot of games. Again, did you hear that games list that I went through earlier?
This is stupid. This is so stupid because this is his job. Like, he should be making the money on his own merit, but he's telling you about it so that you can feel something about it to want to support him. But he should kind of think about what he wants to do. Like, and he also tells us he can't cover every game or whatever the fuck. Then why not just be more specific about what games you want to play? Mister, I can't play everything.
Just to reiterate, just in the month of October alone.
And this is like also like nonsense because think about this, right? He dropped $120 on Mortal Kombat 1 and it didn't pan out for him. He didn't like it. He did all this venture into PlayStation to get all the fighting stuff going. Didn't pan out. And instead of just like, that didn't work out. Oh, getting Starfield Day 1 didn't pan out. Maybe I should be a little bit more like frugal with what I'm doing. No. Gotta play everything, man. FOMO, dude. Like, FOMO is designed for him. DSP is the #1 sucker for fear of missing out business model. That's why they designed it, just for him.
Alright. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Possibly Lords of the Fallen.
Which, like, this is ridiculous, right? Because I think Lords of the Fallen, I think it's gonna be on Game Pass as well. That, I'm not sure, but Ask Creed, he said he wants to get the subscription service to Ubisoft Plus for it. So it's not that much of an investment because he gets the subscription amount from 1 Minute Man every day. So it's technically already paid for. And like, this dude is so fucking stupid and so petty. He gets all this money from it. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure he spends it on bills and all this stuff. But like, how many bills does he really have that he needs to pay on his own? Because isn't the whole point of Cat getting a job to also support the household? Okay.
Sonic Superstars, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Alan Wake. That's a lot of games in a very short period of time that I'm going to have to drop funds on. That's kind of above and beyond what normally I'd be spending to cover stuff for you. It's always like that.
By the way, how is it above and beyond? Because he spends that much money anyway. Like, okay.
This time of year. So, yeah.
And also just remember, he's going to be very hyped for the holiday season because of the ad bonus that they have on YouTube. But he wants you to pay him now. Okay.
Tremendously right now, if you could. That would help because that's short term. When you tip me, I get those funds right now. I can put them right towards the next game. And I get more of a cut of tips than any other contribution method as well. So that would be greatly appreciated. Okay? All right. Ladies and gents, I don't really want to talk about money all day. People have been saying, what happened to the Phil's Day Off segment? Well, do you really want to know? Yesterday wasn't a very special day.
I love this dude. Every time he has a Phil's Days Off, he's like, Phil's Day Off! Whoa! Yeah, man, that's so cool, man. I hate food. And then, like, when it's dull, all right, guys, I guess you want to know. Like,
here we go.
because he
Yesterday
can't
wasn't a
brag.
very special
You
day.
can't brag about
There
it.
was some very stressful, sad things that I had to deal with on my day off, relating to personal stuff going on.
Did you
that
get?
got to me. It was.
You know, I got it. You know, everyone says it's divorce, this divorce, that divorce. No. I think they're getting marriage counseling. Think about it. Because he was like, because he's trying to control his temper randomly, right? He never, like, that is kind of weird if you think about it, because he's been raging for years. Even when Kat moved in, even after he married her, all this stuff. And now suddenly he has to control his temper and all of this stuff. Suddenly, he desires to control his rage. And if there's one thing you know about DSP, it's not like he just say he woke up one morning and said, "You know what? I get angry too much." He does it for a reason, man. So it clearly is something in his life. He can't do anything unless there's some kind of benefit in one way or the other. So obviously he's getting therapy, dude. He's getting marriage counseling or whatever the fuck, because he can't afford to go through a divorce, man. So you know what? I guess it's borderline divorce, but we're not there yet. They're at least putting the effort to work it out. So good on them, man. At least they're working it out. Okay. Okay.
Good day in that regard. My wife and I did spend about half the day together at home, but it wasn't as happy as we would have liked, obviously.
See, not as happy.
We ordered some
because DSP as a most doomer idiot that he is. He sees like therapy in a negative light and all this stuff, because you should not need to get therapy and all this stuff. Like, kind of like it's weird. I don't know if I can necessarily pull up a clip that shows what I'm talking about, but I feel like every time that therapy is like brought up to him or whatever, he talks about it, it's kind of like dismissive about it, and it's just like, dude, therapy is like useful, man. Why are you putting it down, dude?
Food, which was pretty good. I got chicken vindaloo, and she got just a chicken curry with some naan bread, and it was delicious. It was a good dinner. But outside of that, I don't really have much else to say. Like, you know, I did my usual errands, like I would usually do on my day off.
Yeah, there's no one to complain about.
A particular note really happened that was special or positive or fun that you would want to probably hear about. We're watching someone play through Lies of P, going along the same lines that I did.
Oh, wow.
Was like.
He's watching someone else play a game he's playing. It's so funny. He made it a big deal. Oh, I don't want to watch other people play a game. Then I'll get burnt out, man. And now he's just sitting there watching playthroughs and watching people stream and all this stuff. Like, dude, come on. You're so hypocritical. And then he complains when other people are hypocrites or they have double standards. But he does it all the time.
See someone else play again and see the different weapons they use and stuff like that. So we did that.
This is meaningful, by the way.
But,
you know.
That's about it. That's really all I have to really say. Like, there's really nothing really going on. Nothing too positive, nothing too fun, nothing to share with you. If there was, obviously, we'd have a nice, fun Phil's Day Off segment. I could tell you all about it. Wow, we did all this, we did all this. I would say this. We should have some more positive stuff going on, hopefully over October. Obviously, one of the weeks of October, I'm going to go and we're going to get my Halloween costume together. That's always fun to do.
I love that so... This is the other thing that's really funny from this fucking idiot, right? He complains every Halloween, oh, the costumes are gone, and all this stuff. Now he's not doing a goal. It's not tied to a goal, and he's not even letting his fans vote on it. Why can he get the costume now? When there's a lot of them now. Like, this dude, it's like he buys a Christmas present on the day of Christmas. That's the kind of work ethic he has, dude.
Cooler now. So with this cooler weather, there's more fall activities and fun going on, and maybe we're going to partake in some of that, and I'll be able to tell you about some of that stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't going to a fucking pumpkin patch. I sometimes think about this old Seven video where DSP was talking about taking Leanna to a pumpkin patch, and he was just saying like, "Oh, even like I think it's talking about his niece or whatever the fuck." He's like, "Oh, even she wouldn't want to go to a pumpkin patch." I'm just like, "Yeah, no one wants to go to a pumpkin patch, especially when you're like old enough." You know, it's like fucking stupid. And this dude does all these fucking stereotypical vacation touristy shit, and it's like, come on, man. Like, dude, okay. Whatever.
The week in general just was not a good week. And
He'd be such a mark.
You know.
Like, he could go to Greece and he'd probably fall for all the tourist traps there. Just take all these lame ass tours because he can't be bothered to go to the Acropolis on his own, pay for the ticket, just walk around, read the little thing that's there about it. No, he needs someone there to tell him what that thing says because he doesn't want to like kind of experience it on his own. He has to have someone else tell him about it. Because he needs the tourist traps, dude. He needs them.
Nothing really to say, you know. So that's why I think, hey, why not fill the show with the actual interesting stuff that we didn't talk about, rather than stuff that's not so great, right?
Right.
So there you go. All right. 672 did a super chat says, why do chatters like Willow and Juan and others spam silly questions so much? It's distracting. I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
672 needs to find something else to do with his life because goddamn, I could be more mean to him, but this dude is not. He is such a fucking bitch. He acts so like he trolls everyone else, whatever the fuck. But for DSP, it's like he wants to fuck him. Like it's so lame. I like. I don't know. I don't know what it is necessarily, but every time I see 672, he's just the mouth breather kind, mouth drooler kind of guy. Like I think like you know what? He's reaching Big Boy Abides level. Like that's where he's heading. And I fucking can't stand Big Boy Abides. Like I could not stand that fucker. Every time he typed in his fucking chat, I just wished the worst for him. And 672 is on his way to get to that point. He's on his way. If not, he's already there.
Why do they? Because I know they ask absolutely ridiculous questions where the answer will always be no. I mean, did I ever do this or do that? And it's always something insane. Like, did you ever jump on top of a rocket, shoot into space, and intercept a meteor that was hurling towards the Earth that would have destroyed all of humankind, and then land safely? It's like, well, I did half of it, but I didn't land safely, right?
Well, maybe they just want to do that for engagement, DSP. The dude is like, I want engagement. Talk to me. These dudes talk. Yeah, man, they ask stupid questions. Okay.
I don't get it.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it either, dude.
But I'm not them. You might want to ask them and not me. You know, they are the people asking the question.
And I just love, and then, you know what? This dude also says how his community is so welcoming and positive. A dude literally does this. Why do these people ask annoying questions about his own chatters that show up? This is positive. This is a positive community. You go to a community and people like fucking shit on you. Like this community it's such trash. It's so fucking awful. And I kind of feel like if you stream and you wake up one day and you turn on the stream and you get his chat to be your chat, you would probably stop streaming because these chatters are fucking ridiculous. Like, and it would get to the point where you'd either stop streaming or just ban them and accept being called like, oh, these people ban these people for no reason. It's like, nah, these people are just annoying. If anything, it would either be you would do that, or you would just engage them and try to make them look stupid and just be like, oh yeah, you see this? Yeah, okay. So what about this? Oh, you think that, right? Like, you would probably be fucking toxic to them and then make them look like an idiot. Or at least try to make them look like an idiot, I guess. Because these chatters are just, I don't know if there's anything worthwhile in his little audience. Like, the fact that Derek is the only one that kind of says other stuff to DSP. The only thing that, I mean, Derek has a lot of problems, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna like fucking, whatever, you know. And then you have Jade, who is just there that's like, I hate game hurt head, or game good, love watch. I love Phil Wynn, Street Fighter.
Have I ever punched a bee? I can literally tell you I have.
No, look at this. Look at this. He says this. I remember back during the multiverse era of DSB's content. Someone asked him, are you afraid of spiders? Why are you asking me that? Is that a stupid question? Fucking idiot. And then the next day, on the day stream, during a podcast, are you afraid of spiders? Not really, man. Okay.
Bee bothering me, and I went boom, and I punched it straight on, and the bee went flying. That's happened. That's legit happened. Yes, I have punched a bee straight up.
Sure you did. I think he slapped him. Slapped the bee. How come 672 gives him money to these people? Not only because 672 loves Phil. He loves him. Alright.
Hey.
I think this is...
Shut up.
Thing. Because I have recently, well, not really recently, in the last few months to year, I've started to kind of describe myself as a YouTuber and a online creator a little different.
Why does he put online creator in quotes? You fucking idiot. You make content online. You literally stream on the internet. Okay.
I've been saying the statement, okay, that I've been making curated content.
Oh,
for my
good.
audience. And I think a lot of people don't really understand what that means.
Get this.
What does it mean?
Get this. This is like a punchline.
Curated content versus just being a content creator in general. Because there's a lot of people out there on YouTube and on the internet in general. Doesn't have to be YouTube, usually Twitch and other places. And I feel like what they do is they try to make content that is more towards a generalized, open...
This is really... I'm gonna debunk this right off the bat. This dude literally changed how he made jokes to be less offensive and more inclusive and more general as well, right? Correct? Because this dude makes poop jokes because no one can get offended by poop jokes. And all this stuff, like, what is so unique about his fucking content? Like, what niche does he fucking hit with his content? And this is coming from a dude who, oh my god, like, oh, dude, this dude literally shits on all these other streamers who focus on Call of Duty, Street Fighter, all this stuff, shits on them for that. But that is more curated content than what you do, Mr. I play all these games. In fact, actually, in reality, this dude is the most generalized fucking streamer you could find because he plays all sorts of games. He doesn't play just one game. That is literally you being general. You're going to all game venues. But you have like people who focus on one genre or one kind of stream. And that is generalized because they make more money than you? Are you a fucking idiot?
Viewer base. What does that mean? These people make content that is supposed to go along trends, memes, hype.
This is really stupid. Then why do you play AAA games? Why was he so deathly afraid of not getting Mortal Kombat 1 on day 0? Or same with Starfield. If he's so like, I'm against hype and memes. But this dude like plays all these AAA games in fear of missing out. And all this other shit. Oh, I have to buy this game now. I can't buy it later. Oh, like, what was it? Octopath Traveler. The game came out, he kept teasing that he's gonna play it. Same with Tales of Arise. Then he never played it. He never went back to it. Same with Dying Light 2. All this stuff because, oh, it's not popular anymore. Oh, why would I play this game? Like, he already said that about Baldur's Gate 3. That, oh, if I play, it's gonna be this, but it's not gonna get me any attention. Okay, but I thought you were against hype, dumbass. Like, this is just stupid statements that he's just saying this, like, because you know he's talking about these people who play, like, Among Us and all this stuff, but they at least just probably played the game because the game looks fun and they want to play with their friends. You know, the things that he doesn't have. And this is him coping over that. And it's just, it's so meaningless and unnecessary for him to kind of go after these big streamers and shame them for the kind of content they make. Like, on one hand, it's like, yeah, you know, you could dislike some of the content, say, oh, these people are this and that, whatever. But I never see people go the route of DSP where he just kind of goes all in on, like, just dogging them because they make a lot of money. Like, it's usually just be like, yeah, this person only plays Call of Duty and says there's no games. Like, yeah, that is kind of a stupid statement, but whatever. That's it. That's the most people I've seen go after someone or whatever for shit like that. But I've never seen, like, this guy makes a lot of money, what an idiot, or whatever the fuck. Like, it's just whatever. And this dude gets so mad that trolls hate him for making money for playing video games. And that's what he does. Like, this dude cannot extend the courtesy that he wants other people to give him. Because why does he have to do it if no one else does it to him? Well, DSP, practice what you preach, you dumbass bitch. Like, it's so stupid that this dude wastes so much energy about how no one gives him the fair treatment that he wants to give other people. Then when he does it, he complains that, oh, I can't do that, man. But you brag about your fucking morals, you dumbass. Like, this is the kind of shit that people, like, kind of make fun of some SJWs where they go out of their way to virtue signal, and then they're just like, they have these little mask off segments. And it's like, yeah, of course, because those people are fucking garbage. And you have people like him who's garbage. Who is this? The fucking poster child of fakeness. Like, when people talk about virtue signaling and SJWs, like, this is the image I get. It's people like him who pretend that they give a fuck, and then they don't. And then they complain about the same fucking shit. This dude is trash, and he has such bad opinions, and it's just, I can't take any of his opinions seriously. I can agree with some stuff he says, but I know that he doesn't believe it. I know he doesn't believe it. Like, he acts as if, like, oh yeah, people should get higher minimum wage, but I know for a fact this dude doesn't believe that. I guarantee when he turns off the camera and he leaves a little pig pen, he doesn't believe that people should have higher minimum wage, because he's gonna say, well, the cost of living is gonna go up and everything's gonna go up, so why would I want that? But it's like, all this stuff, that's why he goes very extra ham on, like, rich CEOs, which is like, yeah, the rich CEOs are fucking rich CEOs. They're gonna do dumb shit anyway. Like, I don't want to get into this fucking CEO discussion either, but it's like, it's just, from him, I can't take him seriously. It's not a genuine place that it comes from with him. I just can't take it seriously. Because, again, The Last of Us 2 fucking Twitter shit is my evidence of that. He went on and on and on saying, oh, it goes after agenda, and he can't pick what agenda it goes after. Oh, representation. Okay, well, no, it says no, the agenda of being highly scored. Okay, so what is it? Which is it? It's not this, but it's that, but it's not that, it's this. Like, he can't stand on anything, so why should I take anything he says seriously? And he goes on these long fucking rants, and he acts as if he's such a fucking authority on it. Like, come on.
And that means they have to follow all of the common methodology.
But how does he know this? How does he know that these people go through a methodology, a checklist of shit? Oh, because they've hashtag sponsor? But dude, you complain. And this is the other thing. He complains that all these people do sponsorships. They don't tell the viewers. They don't tell them at all. And then they're forced to disclose that sponsorships. Oh, they just either have hashtag ad, hashtag sponsor. So you want them to lie or not? You can't fucking win. But no, it's that they dare to take the sponsorship. But why? Oh, because they can't make money on their original content, they had to take the sponsorship. Okay, you can't make money unless you put on fucking glasses and a hat, DSP. Oh, but that's honest. He's not being sponsored to do that. He's just doing it because he wants to be silly for his reward goals. But you're still changing your content for that, dumbass. He used to wear the vest for free.
Creation to try to get attention. All right, these people are heavily reliant on a mass consumption of their content in order to be successful. You understand that these kind of people have to constantly be pumping out content that is viral in order
to... But how do they control viral? How do you control that? Like, the one thing that, like, when you go on Twitter and you see artists kind of go about their day and trying to get a post out there and all this stuff, the one thing they always tell you is to never chase viral shit because you can never understand it. An artist can get one fan art to go viral, and then their next art that they post up gets, like, nothing. Because you can't control it! Because it's all controlled by an algorithm no one understands or fucking cares about. Because it's fucking nonsense. They always change the algorithm. They tweak it all the time. And you can never really get it. So if you keep chasing it, you're gonna be suicidal about it. And this fucking guy is saying like, oh, they make viral content. They chase it, but they have to make content that's viral. How do they control that? How do they make content that magically is viral, dumbass? Like, no one controls the fucking algorithm.
And make a living. They also have to then, because of their viral popularity, accept a bunch of things like product placements, advertisement campaigns, sponsorships. This is how they end up making 7 figures. A lot of
because maybe they don't want to sit there and be like, guys, I need you to take me. Because, again, there was a huge issue when people were getting annoyed with all these YouTubers ending their videos saying, guys, ad revenue is not what it used to be, man. I really need you guys to go to my Patreon, man. And people hated that. So like, okay, well then, you know, instead of just doing that, I'll have the Patreon plug, you know, whatever, say, oh, somebody on Patreon, but also take these little sponsorships so that and product placements so that way I can get support and not have to like beg to my audience. And that's why you start seeing all these little product placements in other people's videos because they don't want to sit there and just be like, oh, guys, you know, because they know that's not feasible. They know it's not sustainable. DSP made it sustainable because he's a successful homeless guy living in a home. Like, this dude is such a piece of shit about it. And then he mocks all these content creators that he doesn't even know. And he's like, why do people hate me, man? Like, why are you getting so upset about their fucking hustle? And you get so defensive when people are like, yeah, man, DSP has to, like, fucking rely on crowdfunding, man. What a piece of shit, man. Like, who are you, DSP? Who are you to do this shit to other people and complain about it?
Okay? I'm not like that, as you know. I'm not making content that I feel would be digestible to a mainstream wide audience. I don't aspire to.
Then why do you steer it to be general then? Why do you make constant poop jokes and all this stuff? Isn't that like generalized humor that the masses can digest that you can't be canceled for? Why do you try so hard to not be canceled then? Oh, you want to be more marketable, right? Okay.
I hate to say it, but in the last 15 years that I've been a YouTuber, I've seen the audience on this site completely degrade. It went from people who originally, when I started on YouTube in 2009...
This is so funny that he's calling the audience he's talking to right now, that they've all degraded. And it's like, no.
2008-ish even. It was people who were positive and eager to watch free content and absorb information.
That's not really the case, and he's kind of dumb about this too. You know, back then people were just uploading whatever, and that's kind of was the fun about YouTube. Is like when you go to like websites like You're the Man Now Dog, remember that website? And all these other stuff, people just enjoyed seeing like the weirdest shit people can post up. When money gets involved, like you're gonna start seeing more of the marketable content pushed heavily on these websites. So he's kind of like conflating the website's self-interest in wanting to promote these like marketable content shit with audience enjoyment. And it's like you can't really do that because it's marketable shit. Like everyone want to watch a trailer for stuff. People gonna watch a new game release or whatever. Like again, this is stuff that's like you can't really focus on or understand because these are all algorithmic nonsense shit or whatever the fuck. And it's like, why care? DSP is the only person that cares this much about it, and he gets so passionate about nonsense he can't even control or should care about.
Open-minded. They were grateful.
This, when I heard this really opened a lot of like things about DSP. Because no one I watched or even like talked to views anyone as they were grateful for my content or they were grateful to see what I put out, right? Like I've seen people describe their viewers as like, oh, they appreciate like the content, oh, they like the content, oh, they're very supportive, whatever. But when you say terms like grateful, it kind of implies that of some kind of hierarchy or some kind of like relationship there, like you're grateful that I showed up. And it's just kind of narcissism, and that's all it is. It's another window of DSP's narcissism like seeping out, because I don't really see people who watch these videos as grateful. They like these kind of videos and they enjoy them, but are they grateful? I don't know. I don't know any one of my people who watch my videos personally to know that, but it's like, yeah, they just like the videos. Like it's that simple. And he's like, yeah, they were grateful back then. Like, how did they show their gratitude? Just by watching the video? Like fuck off with this. And it's, you could argue it's a little nitpicky, but whatever.
Would be putting out content for them because this was a new avenue for them to get free entertainment and or lots of knowledge at their fingertips. It was a new thing to be able to jump on your computer and watch YouTube and wow, I can see a video game playthrough. I can see a review of a game from someone who's not a shill and actually has nothing to gain by saying it's good or bad. They just are honest. I can laugh at them when they do funny projects, vlogs.
But the way he's describing it, like, oh, back then people did this and they watched a review and this and that. But he's describing kind of like how the content has changed and not the viewer, pretty much. But whatever, okay.
It was a different experience. Today there is such oversaturation in that market, and there are so many people who have jumped on again the content creation bandwagon, that in order to be successful in general, you just have to be like everybody else. You have to follow those same trends, the same viral popularity.
This dude literally designed his streams to be like everyone else, though. Think about that. He does a face cam because that's what streamers do. They have face cam. He must have a face cam. Oh, other streamers have leaderboards. I can have a leaderboard. Like, you keep saying these statements like this every time someone like criticizes. Like, well, how come they can do it but I can't? But then how are you an individual then, DSP? Oh, he can pick and choose that. Like, this is just annoying to sit through. And it's just kind of like bullshit. It's just bullshit. He's just passing on. And he thinks this is like an actual argument.
You have to do that. If a new hot viral game comes out, you have to play it. If you don't, you missed the bandwagon and you just missed out on a ton of popularity and attention and views.
Okay, so you know what? When he says this, people should say, why don't you play Spider-Man 2 later? Why don't you play these other games later? Why play Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, all these other big profile games in the same month? Why not space them out, dude? Oh, no, idiot. I have to play them.
That you could have made. If you don't jump on the new product everyone's trying, the new piece of food that everyone's taste testing, if you're not memeing about the new drama on the internet or the new political thing or whatever it may be, because everyone's a
okay, I'm not
kind of content creator.
Whatever.
You basically can't win, right? But what I've been trying to express to you guys, all right, over the last several years, which I think a lot of people don't understand, is that I'm not like them, and I never aspired to be. When I started on YouTube in 2008, it was a silly hobby. It wasn't anything that I ever thought would grow.
This is such bullshit. He has a terrible track record of defending this because he says he couldn't make money on the gameplay channel at all during 2008, so he did vlogging to make money to support it. So yeah, he didn't make money on the gameplay, but he was making money still on YouTube, doing YouTube videos, doing vlogging. You want to know why he was doing vlogging? Everyone was doing vlogging, and like this is the other nonsense bullshit that this dude has done with his career, right? He complains about Toby Turn and all the other people like iJustine who weren't gamers suddenly opening a gaming channel because they can make money on it, whatever. But this dude literally opened a React channel. And it looks generic as fuck. Like, you really look at it at the React channel, and it's like, what's so special about this React channel? Nothing. Exactly.
Anything serious. I wasn't trying to make videos that were going to go virally popular and get millions of views and make me rich. I never cared about that. You understand?
But he also has a video in 2008, 2009, whatever the fuck, when he did the face reveal, where he said he got laid off and he wants to try to make this a job. Like, you're telling me that whole 1 year or so of not doing this for a job was like a really cool thing, and you never wanted to be a job, but then when you made a video saying you want to try to make it a job is completely different. Like, come on, man.
There's literally people on this site that all they do is make content to make them rich, and that's all they care about. And
how do you do that, though? If you make content just to be rich, then wouldn't everyone do it then?
Because it pays me, I don't even care what it is. I don't care if it's useful, harmful,
like,
positive.
This dude is so stupid. It's so stupid. He thinks if you get a sponsorship, bam, you're rich. Bam. Like that. You're just magically rich. People can get sponsored and they can still not be rich, DSP. Like, he has this weird illusion where he looks at the very tippity top of YouTubers like Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, all these like big streamers and all whatever, Mr. Beast and all this stuff that are rich. Okay, but they didn't get there by just doing sponsors just off the bat. You know, they started years ago and they kind of built an audience. They did more sponsorships over and over. Like, it's just whatever at this point. They did collaborations, all this stuff. Like, it's all different stuff. And you can't really necessarily pinpoint how they got rich, because a lot of people go on to say that it's hard work and there is a portion of luck, that you're in the right place at the right time, you hit the algorithm just right, and bam, you're successful. And that can't really be something you can quantitatively figure out, which is why it's so stupid for him to talk about making viral content. No one can really know what's going to be the next viral thing. Like, the Jacko pose that was a big thing was in Guilty Gear since Revelator, I think. But I don't think Jacko was playable in Sign. I think she was playable in Revelator. But she was but the Jacko pose was in that game. No one talked about it. Strive, they added Jacko in the game, and suddenly the Jacko pose is everywhere. So why now? Like, what was so unique about Jacko and Strive that made everyone do the Jacko pose?
Negative, as long as there's money lining my pockets because I made it, that's all I care about. That's how these people act and behave. And that's toxic and wrong and very harmful, in my opinion.
Wait, what?
Because there's money lining my pockets because I made it, that's all I care about. That's how these people act and behave. And that's toxic and wrong and very harmful.
How is it? Why is it wrong, DSP? You also did sponsorships back then. Spawn seats. You were gonna do that, but that fell through. Sumo lounge. Sumo chair, whatever the fuck. Laser mods. These are all sponsored. And how is it wrong? How is it so wrong to just do sponsored content? What is innately wrong about it? Oh, you get paid by a company to push this product that may or may not be good for everyone. Okay, whatever. He acts as if these sponsorships are like, fucking pushing Nazi shit. And it's like, no, it's just fucking Gatorade or whatever the fuck. Like, he acts as if like they're pushing like fucking cocaine. Oh, these people do sponsorships, they're like pushing meth right now. Can you believe that?
To the people at large on this planet, but no one really regulates anything. They just let them do whatever they want and continue.
They don't regulate it? Dude, they literally have all these terms of service for sponsorship specifically. They can't do a sponsorship without disclosing that sponsored content. Dumbass. And then when they do sponsorships and they act badly or whatever the fuck, they can lose it. Like, do you know how it works? This dude literally like, there's no regulation, man. People have lost sponsorships. That was a big thing, right? Correct? With H3 and fucking Keemstar, it was a big thing that people discuss over and over. Like, how is it fair that this guy can lose a sponsorship for this thing? Oh, this happened. All these people talked about it. And there's this big debate about it. And he's like, there's no regulation. dude, think about it. Like, you know, and the thing is, he reported on that. He reported on his fucking dumbass podcast years ago. I don't even remember if it was in the deleted podcast or the not deleted podcast. I think it wasn't, because I think this was like back when he was on Twitch. But he fucking talked about this shit, and they had to disclose his sponsorships when they have them, and all this stuff. There's all these rules and all this stuff. And he's like acting as if there's no regulation when there is. This is like complaining that there's no regulation on fucking smoking. But there is. You can't smoke when you're fucking 12.
Shitty, harmful content that they make. That's messed up. You know? People out there under the guise of being good guys, but really they're putting out really harmful stuff, and everyone is fooled.
But how do you know the stuff they put out is harmful if they're just playing a video game? Like, this is what I also don't understand. He's saying the content's harmful and all this stuff. But if it's just them playing a video game and all this shit, what's harmful? They're playing a video game. And this dude acts as if they're doing harmful stuff and he can't cite anything. What's the case study for this? What is the article that a YouTuber did a sponsorship and it led to mass killing or whatever the fuck?
By spin.
The only harmful stuff is that people spent money and they waste their money. But that's just wasting money. You can waste money and be mad about it. Like, this is so fucking stupid. He's acting as if you spending money because of X thing is such a big deal and such an awful thing that's harmful. But people spend money on dumb shit every day. DSP wasted money on shit too. And he acts as if this is a very harmful thing. At least once in your life, you wasted money and felt burned by it. You bought a TV that became a lemon. Wow. Like, it happens. Shit happens. You buy a car, oh, it's a lemon. Oops. Like, this shit happens to people every day. And yeah, it sucks when it happens, but that's life. You learn from your fucking habits and shit. And it just happens. People spend money, they waste it all the time. It's not the first and won't be the last. Come on.
Marketing, and they don't understand that what they're watching is actually harmful to humanity as a whole. But no one will talk about that kind of shit, right? Because we all have to follow the trends and memes, and God forbid you speak up against a big content creator who seems like there's this goody two-shoes, big smiley, when in reality, it's just a facade.
But
all they care about behind the scenes.
This is so fucking stupid, though. Why should we care then? This dude literally talks every day how we should not care about his personal life and all this stuff. And he's sitting there talking about behind the scenes stuff of other fucking people. These people are on stream and they just want to have a good time and have a good game. And then when they turn off the stream, maybe they only care about the money. But why shouldn't you care? Shouldn't we not care about how much money you make and all this fucking stuff? Like, this dude is so insane because he's so fucking insecure about his own content. That's what this all stems from. Honestly, that he goes on and on about his own content because he's insecure. I've never seen a content creator feel this insecure. The most I've seen when people feel this way is that they just get like, yeah, my shit sucks. I don't want to share it. And it's like, dude, your art's good. Why? Like, I'm friends with so many so many artists on Twitter, and it's like, and I see them all the time say, oh, this, I don't like this. This doesn't look good. And it's like a fucking great fucking banger. And I'm just like, dude, this art is fucking so good. It's so good. And you're sitting there like being insecure about it. Like, own it. Step forward and say, yes, I made this. Bam. And this dude is sort of like, yeah, my content is amazing and everyone else sucks. Like, dude, this is like so insecure about your own fucking craft because you're a fucking bitch.
How that money keeps rolling in, right?
But they care about the money keep rolling in. The dude who says, we gotta hit the tips goal, guys. We gotta hit the tips goal, man. We gotta hit it. He's on about the money.
So, how am I different?
How am I different?
I'm not a content creator. I'm a content curator. You understand? Allow me to explain. Because someone sent me a really awesome definition of this.
So, he explains he used Curator as a fucking selling point for years, and he had to get a fan to email him the definition of it. Like, you can't make this up. You just can't.
Okay? So
Okay.
listen to this. Content curation. What does it mean? Well, content me a really awesome definition of this. Okay? So listen to this. Content curation. What does it mean? Well, content curators play a pivotal role in shaping and enhancing the content that audiences will engage with. Their responsibilities encompass not only the creation of content, but its curation, ensuring that it would remain relevant, informative.
How is this content relevant? He makes dated references in all his content all the time. Like, he mentioned Ken from Barbie all summer because of the movie. That's not going to be dated? We're not going to look back at that in 2030 and say, wow, that Barbie must have been a big movie when he's comparing LTG to Ken? Okay.
Appealing to their target audience. Content, but its curation, ensuring that it would remain relevant, informative, and appealing to their target audience.
But that's like every content creator, though. Like, this is just really stupid. And I guarantee this is probably like a synonym for content creator. Because it's just, like, you know, honestly, I'm on the team of people who say that it's so bleak that we call videos content and all this stuff. Like, it's so fucking bleak, man. Because it just makes it soulless. And DSP is bragging about it. Like, think about it. This dude says it's meaningful and all this stuff, but he wants to fuck the word content so hard. He wants to fuck it more than cat. And every content creator I fucking follow hates that word. Hates it, despises it even. Because it's like, yeah, I make videos. I make short films. I do all this stuff, and I don't want to have it be called content because it just seems soulless and fucking like a factory. And do you think content? Like, this is what DSP does, and it's so fucking lame. It's so lame, and he brags about it. Like, this dude is such a bootlicker for corporate. So hard. He wants to be a CEO so bad. He wants it so bad. And he can't get it because he's such a fucking loser.
This dynamic role involves not only crafting original content, but also seeking out and selecting existing content that aligns with a brand's messaging and...
Oh, I just want to throw up. I gotta hear it again.
This dynamic role involves not only crafting original content, but also seeking out and selecting existing content that aligns with a brand's messaging and objectives.
That is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Because it kind of makes it makes it sound very prestige to be a fucking leech and a parasite. And like, and I'm sure the person who came up with it did not mean it, but since DSP wants to like fucking fuck that term, that's what it's gonna be. Just leeching off of all this stuff. It's so fucking bleak, man. I hate it here.
Content curators are, in essence, architects of a brand's digital narrative, carefully selecting, organizing, and presenting.
We're describing ourselves as a brand. And this dude, like, YouTube could put out, like, we're gonna give like a unique number to everyone, and it's gonna be whatever, like any corporate nonsense. He'd be like, yeah, man, give me more.
That tells a compelling story and resonates with an intended audience.
Oh my god, I hate it.
So what does that mean? That means I am not making...
He read the definition, now he's gonna tell us what the definition means.
fluff content for the masses. I never intended on that.
But it does... But that definition doesn't even necessarily discredit that, though, if you think about it. Because if you're picking content up to fit your brand, you could just pick any content that suits that definition. It's a very open definition that you can kind of say about anything. That's what's so stupid about this. And people are going to dog on him for this until he dies. Even beyond that, probably. Because this dude is such a fucking clown. He wants to be a fucking content corporate fucking garbage man. And that's what he is. He's gonna die this way. People are gonna look back at this and be like, yeah, this dude's a fucking baby bitch ass corporate content garbage factory man. I kind of like was trying to figure out a fucking insult, okay?
I never once sat down and said, I'm going to make a YouTube video today just for the sake of pumping out a video that hopefully people will watch and laugh at and make me money. Every piece of content that I try to put out on the internet, I attempt to make it meaningful for my specific audience.
What's meaningful? Like as I try to make it meaningful. No one goes out in their life to create something and say, I'm making this meaningful. Today's going to be a meaningful day. Because what does that mean? How does he know what's meaningful to me, what's meaningful to you, what's meaningful to everyone? How does he know that? How can he measure meaningful content for someone?
Audience is not widespread. It's not kids. First of all, it's not kids at all. I don't think that any teenagers would enjoy my content. I'm being honest now.
Then why do you censor yourself, though? Like, and then he says, like, this is the other thing. This is gonna be a long video, so I hope you like a movie-length video. But this dude went on to say to someone, I don't know why you would watch my content back then when you were a kid. I said, like, all kinds of stuff, man. But now he's saying back then I said all this stuff to get kids. You see how fucking bullshit this dude is? He can't even
old man
figure it out.
At games. I don't think that teenagers would enjoy my content at all anymore. Back in the day, absolutely. Why? Because my commentary back in the day was all immature. It was sex jokes, it was racial jokes, it was stupidity, right? And I did that on purpose because when I started on YouTube, that was the general audience, all right? But over the last
so then he did seek the general audience, but now that's not the general audience anymore, but he wanted to change it. But he changed to be more appealing, though, to other people. Like, this is just really stupid.
Years that I've been on YouTube, I've evolved and changed as a person and a creator. I'm not making that kind of content anymore. I've purposefully changed who I am and what I make to have more meaning to my specific audience who actually know who I am and what I stand for. Because as many moronic, mouth-drooling idiots out there who just jump on a hate bandwagon of viral memeing.
But this dude refuses to do anything because they won't make him money. Like, listen to him like cry about DSP Reacts. I can't do this. I won't make a lot of money. Oh, he complained about the movie reviews not getting a lot of views, so he stopped doing them. But he's not like these other people who care about the money, guys.
Lol cow bullshit that makes no fucking sense when applied to me. I'm not a fucking lol cow. Sorry, you're the lol cow. You created it.
Man, we need that. I need to find. Can someone please link the clip where he was like, "Lolco." I only knew it from Snort Burnell, and I know it's like I feel it's from a Minecraft stream.
If you apply it in general to many others, I mean, take a look. I hate to say it, at some of the people who are called the lolcow crew out there.
The lolcow crew. You know what? Let's Google this lolcow definition. Noun, lolcow, plural, lolcows, internet slang, derogatory, a person whose eccentric or foolish behavior can be exploited to amuse onlookers. Huh. Okay.
What content do they make and why are they called that? Well, do they have curated content for a specific audience, or are they just pumping out stuff?
How do you know what content they make? Like, what is the statement, though? He's like, well, do they make curated content? How do you know that? How can you prove you make curated content? Like how stupid this is. Wings for example, plays like Call of Duty. He played Lies of P, I think. All this stuff. LTG plays fighting games. He's playing Street Fighter 6. How is that any different from anything else? And you could, again, like LTG does a lot of fighting game stuff. If I, and somebody does like Mega Man, other games, and all that stuff. That's not curated content. He's not picking certain games for his brand. Okay.
And trying to ride the coattails of embarrassment, viral embarrassment on the internet for pity bucks. That's not me. I tell you specifically, don't ever contribute to my content because of haters and hater activity or anything like that. I only want you to contribute to DSP Gaming and DSP Reacts if you like
to hit the
content
goal.
I'm putting out.
Like the goal.
Like a video if you truly enjoy it. Leave a comment if you want to help me create more curated content specifically.
Leave a comment if you want to help. No. DSP, you said leave a comment to help engagement. Even say in the comment, I want to help the engagement. You piece of shit. No, idiot.
I continue to succeed. But I'm not making stuff to just get a buck. If that were the case, I absolutely would have changed.
Then why don't you do more movie reviews? He did all these movie reviews, then belly ached about how the views weren't doing so well, then he stopped doing them. And I was doing them because it's seasonal. Okay.
Years ago, I would have ridden every popular trend. I would have had the fucking my face on every thumbnail.
He says this, but let's go to his sister channel. Right? Correct? Because he's definitely not gonna have videos that have funny faces. He won't, man, right? Correct? Oh, we got the cowboy phase. We got that face, that face. We got that. We got this. We got this. And this. But he doesn't do funny face like at all, right? No. Of course not. Not Phil. No.
Or whatever it means to be, right? With the same font.
Yes, thank you. Hate Army, you did it.
I would have taken sponsorships.
But that's my React channel, not my gaming channel, idiot.
Been a paid shill. I had all those opportunities laid out in front of me like all the other YouTubers.
Oh, banger.
You down. I never did any of that shit.
Except for when he did.
Because for me, I want to be rewarded for the work that I do because you like the content I put out that's curated for you and you reward me by supporting it via crowdfunding. That's the relationship we have. That's the difference between me and all those other people out there that people compare me to. Look at the shit they put out. Do you think these people enjoy what they're doing? The kind of content they're putting out?
Do you think that DSP, my guy, you get so butthurt when people say you're not enjoying your job and you're like, I do enjoy my job, idiot. And he's telling us right now, do you think these other people that I don't know, I don't watch, enjoy their job? Again, give me the courtesy I want, but I will not give it to you. Bitch.
A lot of them even said publicly they don't. They only do it because
my
all they
God.
can do making money.
He loves that Wings clip. I don't play games that are fun, man.
It's pretty sad.
But DSP has his own clips like that too, though, if you think about it.
I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. Because I actually have a meaningful audience who I can interact with on a daily basis. And I don't have to do things I don't like to make a living. Let's put it that way. I can be who I want to be and be okay with myself at the end of the day and the things that I do on stream, and I can still make a living doing it. That's the ultimate goal, is it not?
Is it not?
I don't harm anyone with the content that I put out. Literally name one person who gets harmed by
I'm getting harmed.
Video games or having fun conversations.
Being harmed right now, mentally.
I don't have to bring people down. I don't have to make drama content. I don't have to.
He doesn't have to bring people down. This dude literally brought people down to make this point. He always brings people down. He compares himself to everyone. But then when you compare him to someone else, that's not fair. You need to compare him with people his size, but the dude is like, shut up. Shut up.
Scumbag to other people, right? Nor do I want to be dragged into other people's
And you could
nonsense
also
or drama
argue that
either.
he's been a scumbag to Rich in a way, because Rich wanted him to be on his show for an interview. He fucking had Rich jump through all these hoops to say, same with Keemstar and all this stuff. Just when he knows he's gonna say no anyway. That's not scummy to do? Okay.
I absolutely positively try to ignore all of that so that I can make positive, fun content for my audience who I curate that content for. That's the difference between me and other content creators out there. I'm not making mainstream content so that it's virally popular for every kid to digest and send me money because they think that I'm some hot shit who dresses up like a fucking G.I. Joe character with a fucking fake mustache.
And then he assumes that everyone's a kid. Everyone else is a kid, but not his audience. But the other thing is, like, even if we take this at face value, right? Let's just take it at face value. Why does he always shame content made for kids? Like, if you think about it, if we apply this logic just on kids' content, right? It's so fucked up to make content for kids. Then should we outlaw content for kids? Like, oh, Nickelodeon's making content for kids, ban that network. Cartoon Network is making content for kids, ban that too. No, kids cannot have content. Like, they can't have videos, they can't watch a stream. Oh, because they can send money. But that's, again, like, a thing that it's not the streamer's fault, and DSP probably would not be happy, right? If we pass legislation, correct, to regulate how people can contribute to streamers, right? Because how can the government prove or disprove someone is the age that they register their account with? Oh, so they have to upload their ID. Okay, but that's gonna have all these other implications involved. How does that affect their current channel that they established? Would that have to be updated with the new information? Like, it's all this stuff, and it's like, it's stuff that he probably wouldn't want, because if that's the case, people may not just say, well, I'm not using the internet anymore. I mean, that might be even hard or whatever, because, everything's becoming digital these days, but it just becomes this nonsensical, like, rabbit hole that I think we should just leave the internet as it is and not fuck with it, or have us be forced to upload our government IDs. I don't think these people would want that. And he's like kind of like thirsty for it without saying he is.
And screaming at a fucking camera, acting like an idiot. I don't have dyed fucking hair, so
DSP literally, like, I don't want to find it, but you could go to his Liza P stream he did yesterday, and he was literally just being a clown. He's like, that's not him overreacting? Okay.
Character so that kids will ask their mommy and daddy to buy my merch. I don't fucking put out
Blaine, you should ask your mom to buy my shirt, man. Remember that? Not buy, but like he told Blaine to like check his mom to get a shirt or something.
Very dangerous content, drama content, slander content.
And then but he says this as if that can't happen to him. He can't possibly get money from kids, right? But Derek literally stole money to contribute to DSP on Twitch. And then Derek proceeded to harass other members or other communities in other communities. Well, he did do that, but he also harassed other viewers in his chat to ask DSP questions. Okay.
Only bringing down others for my own personal
And then he
gain.
says this, right? And then you think to yourself, well, Tut gave DSP a lot of money, and then when Tut became a troll, he called Tut a kid. So he got thousands and thousands of dollars from Tut, and that's from what he considers a kid. So does that mean he's just as bad? Like, you see how stupid this statement is, and it can be used against him all the time because he openly calls people kids when they give him money and they're trolls? Okay, let's not think about that, guys. Don't think about it. Stop thinking.
When other people have a bad day, I don't profit. Right?
Right?
I don't do any of those trends whatsoever. Why? because they don't mean shit to
But
me.
he literally brought up Rich's kid to like you to be used as a prop to show how he's a better person during the side scroller stuff. I mean, you could say, oh, how nice of him, but it's DSP, so it's really hard to take it genuinely, and it's more disingenuous because of the context surrounding what was going on. So it's hard to really look at that as a genuine thing, you know?
I'm not here just to make content for a buck. I never was. I am a curator who makes content for the audience that I'm trying to
and again, when he does shit like this, he to me convinces me that he deserves days where he gets like $1. Give him $1 for, I'm gonna be really mean, 2 years. Just give him $1 a day, $1 a day. Just $1. No, you know, just one person gives him $1 and that's it. And you'll see how truly grateful he is.
and be meaningful to on a daily basis. And if it wasn't, and here's the truth that my haters don't ever want to admit.
Okay.
If this wasn't true, I wouldn't be here today. Because if this wasn't
No, DSP, because literally you claim that you hated your job in 2015, 2016, 2017, until it became meaningful, you started to love your job again. So it really is an empty statement to say, well, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here, man. So then you lied about not liking your job back then, which, you know, you also said back then you enjoyed your job then and you wouldn't still be doing this, whatever. The reason why he doesn't stop doing this is literally because he makes money. Because it doesn't make sense for him to stop streaming because he needs to make money. Like, people need to make money to survive in this capitalist community we all live in. So it doesn't make sense for him to just say, I don't want to stream anymore. Like, are you stupid, DSP? And he also told us that, I can't get a job. I can't get a job, man. That's gonna pay as good as this man. So it just factually doesn't make sense. It's such a clown world for him to say that he can't, say this stuff, because he actually can't get a job because he doesn't want to, because this pays him a lot of money. No shit. Wow.
true. If I didn't have an audience that appreciated who I was, the content I put out, and the fact that I curated specifically for them, if my content had no meaning to anyone, I wouldn't be here. Why not?
But see how stupid this is as well? Because with that logic, all these other streamers that he says that are so evil and awful, why don't they have meaningful content? How does he know their content's not meaningful to someone else? And then when he says, it's okay if you like them, he kind of dismisses it and belittles their opinion. Like, yeah, people like Marvel movies. Am I gonna tell that people who like Marvel movies are fucking idiots and they need to reevaluate their lives? I mean, I may meme about it, but it's like, yeah, I get people like like those movies. I wish they also gave other films a chance and all that stuff, sure, but it's just like they can like whatever they like. You know, the new Castlevania anime came out. It's not great, but I can understand why people like that, and it's fine if they like it, whatever. But I do think it's kind of reductive and kind of lame for people to shit on other people for liking it. Like, and I see this every day when people like dog on like, oh, Japanese animation versus Western animation, and look how like better the Japanese is. It's like, it's kind of stupid because both studios, both from Japan, both in the West, both mutually respect each other's craft, and they both like, you know, enjoy each other's competition, whatever the fuck, all this stuff. And it's really lame to kind of just do that when it's like, all these people worked hard on these shows. The show may suck and you may dislike it, but they did work hard on it. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean they didn't work hard on it. It just means that they worked hard on something that you didn't like for X, Y, and Z reasons. And there's nothing wrong with that. But someone else can look at it and be like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Oh, I like this. This is pretty fun. And I get it. Like, I get why people like the new Castlevania anime. I get it, and I do like the some of the character designs, not the vampires. The vampires are all duds. I don't like them at all. But I get it to a degree. I get why people like the show, and I get all this stuff. But it's just so lame for DSP to discredit all this stuff, and he demands to get all the credit for his content. But God forbid you say that his content's meaningless. But he doesn't really give any defense for it. Like I could imagine, like, I'll even do an extra meme on this and say The Last of Us 2, I can at least understand why Neil would be kind of defensive about the game, because he could argue that he worked hard on that game. And it did have a lot of people work on it, and he did work hard on it, and they were crunched to make this game and all this stuff. And it's like they worked on it. Okay, they did something with it, and some people liked it, a lot of people didn't. Whatever. But DSP is sitting there discrediting all this stuff, and he thinks that he has meaning in his content. But all this stuff around him, he doesn't know. He doesn't know if other people have any meaning from it. He just assumes it from his own perspective.
I don't do what everyone else does. Again, no drama, not trying to take advantage of children, and I'm not doing lolcow shit.
This dude got a $100 tip animation, will not even show it until he gets the money. That's not manipulative. It's not manipulative to say, I need this amount of money, but I can't tell you what it's for. It's not manipulative to say, I want $50 a day, to then say, I really meant $50 a stream. That's not manipulative. Okay.
Embarrassing myself on fucking stream, taking my shirt off and sucking cucumbers and doing fucking stunts for money. I don't do any of that shit.
What if they just want to do it for fun? What if they think it's funny? Like, he says it's stupid, and it's like, sure, you could say it's stupid. It's a very subjective statement. Or is it objective? I think it's subjective. It's a very opinionated statement to say that, oh, it's stupid. But the person doing it can say, oh, this is funny. Whatever.
Here and make content I like, and you guys like it too, and I get to make a living doing it. That's the difference between me and everyone else out there who tries to drag me down into their toxic shit. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a dumb motherfucker out there say that, oh, he's this lolcow group, he's that. I'm nothing. I'm my own man. I'm my own anomaly.
But you acting like this makes you a lolcow, though.
One among many who stands alone differently. I will not be
He stands alone differently.
Because you all had to follow the bullshit trends to make a living, and you either had to embarrass yourself or hurt people to fucking do it. I never had to do that.
Why is embarrassing yourself so bad? Like, and this dude also, like, keep in mind, he refused to play any modern fighter in any case because he didn't want to have streams of him losing constantly. He does care about being embarrassed, and he considers losing to be embarrassing. But it's like, it's a video game, and you also say you don't care. Like, all this stuff is just nonsense. It's just nonsense. Like, who cares? And he brags about him fapping on stream all the time. He pinned it to his Twitter at one point in time. Like, who cares? Oh, wow, Rich took off his shirt. Okay, like, topless men are socially accepted in society. If he was a woman, it'd be different, man.
That's something to be proud of. That's something to feel good about. When you're part of this community and you support this content because you like it, you should like, wow, that's something different that I actually helped create via my support. That's why Phil's still here. Not listening to the toxic nonsense of morons who are jealous. Why do you think people try to bring me into their drama all the time? Because they're fucking jealous.
They're jealous.
That I can do this and not be in their bullshit. They're so pissed that they have to do those.
But you went to the side scrollers though, and then you said it worked. Like,
it worked exactly as I planned.
But you went to the vortex there. You went to the vortex with the quartering. You went to the vortex all the time. Whatever. Okay.
Embarrassing things in order to make a living, and they want me to have to go down to that level too. I will never have to go down to that level because I'm not like.
No, it's so funny he says this. Like, oh, they want me to go down to their level, and all it is just them saying, hey, you want to be a part of a podcast? Like, Okay, they did a podcast called the Lol Cow Podcast, but what was that podcast really gonna do, though? Like, we still don't even know what the show was about, other than it was a podcast. It was just in name stupid, but like, who cares? Okay.
Understand? You're never gonna see me acting like that because I don't have to be. That's great. Because you guys allow me to do what I love, truly love, rather than, wow, I just have to fucking sit here and do shit I truly hate, but it's the only way I can bring in money. That's pretty fucking sad.
This man's microwaving.
Now, here's the truth.
Here's the truth. Now we get to the truth,
I
guys.
wish them all the best. Every person out there.
Oh my god, he says, oh, they're harmless, they destroy society. I wish them the best.
Person out there who's done messed up things, I wish them all the best. I just wish that all these people would look in the mirror and
like, of course, because you really think DSP's gonna have a fucking podcast like, I wish all these people fucking died. Like, of course he's not gonna say that. No shit, dude.
Harmful they are to themselves, to everyone else around them, to people who watch YouTube, to kids, to all these audiences that basically are being abused and or exploited.
How does he know this?
I wish they would just realize that. Because then
how can anyone know they're abusing people? If they're streaming, correct? How would they know? When you can go to a DSP stream and he'll just openly tell you that he'll treat you like shit if he's going through a bad day. That's not abusive? That's not abusive, but Dr. Disrespect streaming and playing Call of Duty, that's abusive somehow. Okay. Okay.
maybe they would actually try to do something better for themselves, for their audiences, whatever it
But
may
why
be.
does it matter? Like, there's been people who change and try, and then he's like, oh yeah, see, they changed and they did that. Huh, why is that, man?
But sadly, YouTube has become a place where there really is no one caring about that. That anyone can get over for any reason, and there's no one to say, well, wait a minute, that's really messed up because you actually did this, you hurt this person,
But
you exploited.
how can you prove that? He's saying that YouTube should regulate this, but how can YouTube, just off the bat, know this person's abusing that person? How would they know that? Unless people, like, have receipts about it. Like, are they going to tell YouTube, this person abused me, I gave them a lot of money? Like, that's not really a sign of abuse, that just is a sign that that person is bad with money. Like, it's just very ambiguous, and DSP really should not want YouTube to ban people for perceived abuse. Because he'd be the first to go. Come on.
This group, you did this. No one does that. Instead, as long as it rolls in and is popular.
And this dude says that no one can can regulate this and all this stuff. Meanwhile, this dude got banned from sites for being toxic, right? Like, think about it. All these things he got in trouble for hateful slurs and all this stuff were products of people wanting to hold people accountable for the stuff they say on their streams and how they act. That's all a byproduct of that. And DSP hates that, but now he wants more rules that can be used against him. Like, you know, like, if you genuinely believe that, like, yeah, people should be held accountable for saying racial slurs and all this stuff, then these rules are fine to these people. Like, you know, I think that people should be held accountable for when they say, like, slurs and all this stuff. Like, if they apologize and they mean it and they try to not say it, fine, like, whatever. But if they keep saying sorry and they keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over to the point where it becomes a meme, then okay, like, you know, that person's is obviously not going to change. But if you don't say those words and you don't get banned, then, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't really try to say those words. I try to, like, kind of, you know, not say it because I don't want to say those words. And that's why I don't really get these messages of hateful slurs unless it's through DSP, man. But these rules exist for those kind of reasons, and DSP wants these rules to exist, but then complains when they exist, and he gets in trouble for them. And, like, you could say that, well, he's upset that it got loosely thrown on him or whatever. It's based on old works of his and all this stuff. But he still said him like, and I wouldn't really say that even back then those words were not accepted. It's just that not a lot of people made a big deal out of them because they didn't have a lot of like vocal platforms to say it until like years down the line. But he said the N word in 2008, people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Why did you say that? You know, it's fucked up. Like, it's always been bad. I never really understood why DSP thinks that it was okay to say the N word on YouTube in any time period at all. Like, dude, it's a racial slur. They taught you that in school. Come on.
Views and makes money, it must be good. That's completely wrong. There's people on YouTube right now who everyone love, and if you actually analyze them and who they really are and what they really do and the businesses that they're really running.
So you have to now this is also really funny, correct? He watched a react video about this dude who was saying that this one retro store is a massive scammer. They sell you shitty products and all this stuff. They price gouge, all this stuff. His takeaway was that people should leave them alone. Yeah, they're scammers, but why do people keep making videos? It's just to ride a hype train. But it's like they're making videos because they are still scamming people. And then he's like, well, people should be held accountable. But not in the ways that are this way, but in specific ways. But not that way, but ways that can help me succeed. Like, that's what it comes down to. People should be held accountable if it helps them succeed in life. Which is really a really bad morality to have. That you need other people to be regulated so that you can succeed. Like, you want everyone to have an equal chance to succeed in life. Like, I feel like everyone should have an equal shot at being successful in life. But I would not say, well, this person should be like, we should cut off his legs because I can't run fast. So chop off his legs because I can't run fast. That doesn't make any sense. But maybe give me the equal opportunity to train hard and get all this stuff to get to that point. Not, short other people for me. That kind of stuff. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard to explain. But this dude is being so stupid about this because that's really what he's saying. He wants other people to be kneecapped for him to succeed. That's the regulation he wants.
Appalled at who they really are. But no one looks that deep.
Because think about it. He wants these people to do deep dives on all these other people. But when people deep dive on him, we're invading his privacy. We're doing all this fucked up shit. He can't share with us his private life because it'll be used against him. But we need to dive deep into other people and use their private life against them. Okay.
We all want to similarly feel like we could be like them, right? These big celebrities now who are big popular people, right? That, oh my God, this person had a 1 million view video. That must be a great person. What?
But DSP, you literally thrive on parasocial fucking relationships. He fucking has a whole community of it. Like, Jade probably thinks DSP is his best friend. He probably goes and tells his mom, DSP friend best. And they're like, that's nice, Jade.
What? I am here to tell you folks, as someone back in the day who had viral popularity, all right? Viral popularity begets more viral popularity.
What?
When you're popular for popularity's sake.
Oh my God.
Until something...
We're back to this. It's so stupid to say that viral popularity begets viral popularity, which okay, so you somehow master the algorithm, right? But how come not every video you upload are all virally popular then, dumbass? Why is only a select few videos, idiot? And then he's like, oh, people are this and that. Okay.
Bad happens, and then you've fallen from grace.
Until something bad happens. DSP, you just said that people should be held accountable. And when people find out something fucked up happens, you shouldn't be popular anymore. And now he's saying that's bad. DSP, please seek help. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with you.
Correct? So, you're Mr. Popular until the day when there's a reason to turn against you, and then everyone will virally turn against you because it's just as fun to tear down the person who's popular as it is to jump on the popularity bandwagon. And that's what happened to me, is for a while I was the virally popular.
He wasn't virally popular. I'm sorry, DSP, you never were. I don't believe it for a fucking second, because I didn't even know who this dude was until someone posted on a Game Trailers forum about him. But I knew about Screw Attack. I never really paid much attention because of AVGN. I knew of the Nostalgia Critic. I knew of Linkara, even though I never watched a Linkara video. I knew of Stuttering Craig. Didn't really care about him because whatever. Death Battle, though I didn't really care. Rooster Teeth, though I didn't really care. All these things are all virally popular more than he ever was. And all these, but him, he was like a fucking fart in the wind. But he's like, oh, I was virally popular. No, you weren't, dude. You weren't. You were more popular than you are now, sure, but in the grand scheme of things, not really.
And then all of a sudden, This Is How You Don't Play came out, and it became, oh, so popular, jump on the negativity bandwagon and crap all over.
But it's not even that, though. Because that came out, and people were saying, oh, he sucks at video games. And instead, he's like, yeah, I mean, I suck at video games, what of it? He's like, you did help. The white coats. All this stuff. He did all this fucked up shit, shat on people. He made fun of, people who bought him a PC for him, by the way. Like, all this stuff. Okay.
Side Phil. Today, the vast majority of people who don't like me don't even know why. They just heard something, right? Oh, I heard something about that guy, right? Do you even know who I am? Did you watch any of my content? Oh, no, I just heard something about him. He's bad news. Wow. So you're an idiot. Because you didn't actually do anything for yourself. You just...
This dude literally, in this video, shat on so many content creators generally, and he doesn't know anything. And then when people tell him, oh, this is about certain ones, he believes it. Like, there was really a time... Oh, it was during that random-ass PlayStation Death Star Battle Man, whatever the fuck, Derby game, whatever he played. And I think someone told him that Wings' wife was drugging him or some shit, abusing him. It was some weird shit, really weird shit. And I was like, why the fuck are you spreading that? I don't even know what it is. And when I heard it, I was like, that can't be true. That sounds really ludicrous. So like, I at that point, if someone told me that, I was like, is there any evidence of that? Like, why the fuck are you saying this off the bat? And he's like, oh, that's happening. That's fucked up, man. It's like, you believe that? You fucking believe that? Like, I don't know if it's true to this day. I don't even know if it's true, and I'm afraid to even ask because it's a huge accusation to make. And I'm like, this dude read that and took it at face value. This dude does that all the time. And he's like, yeah, man, why do you do it to me, man? Fucking idiot. Okay.
Into stupidity from mouth-drooling idiots.
Pro Jared's another example of this. Shit happened to him. He's like, yeah, man, Pro Jared, you fuck with me. Like, oh, look at your receipts, man. And then, like, he finds out that it's not as bad as it seemed. Oh, yeah, okay. And he didn't really talk about it ever again. And he got really nervous about it after the fact. Okay.
Who benefit from toxicity on the internet. Like the fucking side scrollers. Complete fucking dunces who didn't do an iota of real research. They just listened to like 1,000.
Funny how it went from it was fair to now they're a bunch of dunces that didn't do any research. But the dude asked for questions. None of your fans submitted anything, which is really funny. And the questions that they posed, you could have just fucking debated it. And it was just like, $5,000? What's that? What's documents? What's a document? You said bankruptcy? Did I go through a bankruptcy? Huh? And then, like, it was just weird nonsense. Like, it was such a weird interview. And it didn't really... Like, I go as far as to say that both sides were kind of being clowns to each other because... Like, I still think the Keemstar stuff was the only major part of that interview that I thought was a little sus. because he said he didn't want to talk to Keem in the beginning of it, and then they kept bringing it up at the end, and it's like, yeah, okay, then they brought him on, and it was just like they kept talking about it, and it's like, I don't know, like that part is whatever, but DSP did not carry himself very well in that interview, like at all. So I would kind of say he didn't come out any better, honestly.
Haters. I mean, you have to be the dumbest people on the fucking planet to think that way. Sadly, that's how most people think on YouTube today. They don't actually go out of their way to look to see what someone stands for, to see why there would be positive meaning behind a piece of content that someone puts out. Instead, let's just focus on the viral memes because their haters think that they're a bad person. It's insanity. And that's what I mean. That's rampant on YouTube. It's either someone's ultra squeaky clean popular or someone's just a scumbag. Where's the in-between? Right? In reality, no one's perfect. In reality, no one has...
Yeah, but usually if no one's perfect and they're able to be self-aware of it, they can, like, try to not be shitty. But DSP's effort of trying not to be shitty is none at all. It's just disguising it or trying to find other ways to distract his behavior to not do it, but he defaults back to it eventually. Like, he doesn't really try, because when he gets called out for stuff, he just says to shut up. Like, the slave trade joke, which, if he doesn't feel that's a racist or a problematic joke, whatever, but he could have at least said, okay, so... you think it's offensive? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was that bad of a joke. I was trying to make a joke that was directed to the cop or whatever, but I can see why it can be offensive, so, my bad. But he can't do that. Because it's so baked in his fucking personality that he thinks, like, apologizing is a sign of weakness. Same thing with crying. Every time he cries in a video,
I see a little baby, crying like a baby.
And it's like, dude, if you're crying, you're crying, okay? People cry, so what? But this dude gets so insecure about it, and it's like, that's kind of lame. Like, he acts this way because it's so ingrained. Like, when people talk about, like, how, toxic masculinity affects men and all this stuff and all that, DSP is kind of the product of that. Because he thinks it's fucked up for men to feel any sign of weakness, to apologize. Men should not need to cry. They shouldn't cry. But it's like, it's okay. These are human things. And he has these little tells that are just like, he gets very insecure when he's put into a position where he has to apologize. But he gets so worked up and he gets very, like, defensive, and, like, he leans to banning you. Like, look at Lavinia, an issue that could have just been solved. He puts Lavinia in a situation where she couldn't really win, because if she waited until the Q&A to approach something, he'd tell her that it's outdated. He should have said something earlier. She tries to say something during that segment. Oh, he's trying to derail the stream. Like, he couldn't at all say, oh, you were trying to say that? I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't know at the time. Instead, he yells at her, then bans her for being a quote-unquote sock account. But this dude is supposed to be an infallible person. But every time that he's given an opportunity to, like, come out on top, he doesn't do it.
Ability to be immune from mistakes, right? Everyone makes mistakes. Does that mean that someone should be completely buried? That someone should be completely destroyed because they made a few mistakes over the years?
Well, if they react to it like you, then yes, definitely. Because if you can't even acknowledge why people could possibly find issue for what you said, then yeah, people should treat you like shit. Because people could say, like, oh, you're begging, and he's like, oh, well, I don't beg every second, idiot. And it's like, dude, no one's saying you beg every second. No one says you're a shitty person every second of every waking moment. But you have these little instances of being a shitty person, and you don't apologize for it, and you don't try to not do it. And then when he tries, he holds it above you like it's like a big thing that you should applaud for. I tried to do this, and you guys are not. Oh my god, that scared me. Who's calling? John? John's calling. I don't know. I don't know who John is. I know Just Gamer John, but not this John. This John, I don't know.
Continue endlessly for the dumbest fucking reasons, even when some of the reasons have been disproven and aren't real. Just move on to another one, right? I mean, it's really messed up how the internet has treated me over the years. And you know what? Again, as long as I'm able to make content for an audience as small as it is, as long as you guys enjoy this content and you continue to support it, I want you to understand that's all I care about. I will continue to be here for you guys and make this meaningful content. And you please could tell you to tell me how much it means to you. And I really appreciate that.
Tell me how it means to you. My God, man, do you really need to get this much action on your fucking dick, dude? Like, come on. Like, and it becomes kind of disingenuous when you're telling people to tell you how meaningful it is. If it's meaningful, wouldn't they tell you that anyway? Whatever.
Back and forth, that curation.
Curation.
Right? I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep going, man. You know, the day that I come to stream and I see absolutely no one who's being positive and no one who seems to be getting anything, you know, good out of what I'm doing is the day I retire.
The day I retire.
All right?
Ah, yes.
I'm going to make that commitment to you right now. All right? I'm going to put my hand up and I swear to you right now that the day when I come to a stream and I turn on this stream and no one positive is here saying this is meaningful, this is fun, I love your content, whether it's something I like to listen to every day because I like to listen to news stories or what's going on with you, or I like having a fun conversation with you on a live stream, I learned if this game was worth my time, all the things that I do. The day when that goes away and tell me that's no meaning to what I do, I will retire. I commit that right now because that's all I care about. It's not about paying the bills for me. It's about meaning.
Meaning.
Okay? And the thing is,
it is about paying the bills because DSP, what would happen if no one tips you, DSP? Come on.
Homie, over and over. We love what you do. Even as small of an audience as it is that I have. I would argue, if you take a look truly at my audience, there's probably 10,000
and
people
it's such an empty promise too. I'll keep streaming because of course you're gonna keep streaming. You have nothing else to do. You don't have a job. You don't have anything else to do. You can't get a job because you don't want to because it doesn't pay enough. He openly said that if you try to get a job, it wouldn't pay as much as he's being paid now. So why would he get a job? What's the motive? What's the incentive? Nothing.
Who actually really enjoy my content, but they're not here all the time. There's probably at all times in a day, maybe 1,000 positive people who watch my content and like it, and they'll watch the different various things. A few hundred on this video, a few hundred for this other game. They don't all watch everything that I put out. On a given day, you probably get 1,000 unique viewers, and then probably, like I said, probably 10,000 people on Earth who actually still like Darkside Phil's content and follow me and want to watch what I do. And that's enough for me, man, to know that there's that many people who actually really love who I am and what I'm doing, and that understand that that's why I push forward through all this nonsense. That keeps me going. So thank you for that. Thank you. Really. And when you share your stories of what,
This video is long! What the fuck?
That is so
I thought we were
cool to me
getting ready to wrap up.
That's why I want to keep
There's 10 minutes left.
So
holy.
Thank you for that. But that's why I'm
a
content
curator. This dude,
I'm
man.
not a content creator. Remember, I'm an independent content creator. I would just like to remind everyone. I am an independent content creator. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an independent content creator. A content creator is someone who just shovels shit out.
But that's what content curator is too. In the fucking definition, it says you're making content that's good for your brand and all this stuff. It's all the fucking same. This dude wants so badly to be a special little snowflake in the great sea of YouTube, but you're not. You're just a fucking dude. And he's like, I do this. I'm not like these other content creators. And he's putting people down. I don't put people down, but those other people that are content creators, they're shoveling shit. I'm not. Fuck off. Suck a dick. Maybe he needs to.
Is someone who makes specified content that's meaningful to their specific audience and don't care about mainstream popularity. That's me to a T. That's the definition of who I am. All right? That's what I stand for. Curation, not creation. All right. That's my new slogan.
What?
Me to a T. That's the definition of who I am. All right? That's what I stand for. Curation, not creation.
Man, fuck this dude, man. Fuck this guy. He wants to be in the same field as all these other creative people. And he's like, I don't create, I curate. But curating, in my opinion, from what it sounds like, is that it's another person who has no, like, interest in making anything, is looking at other made shit and just saying, like, you know, go to a museum and there's someone there that's curating the museum that's like, okay, we want this painting there, we want this painting over there, we want this, like, it's someone that's not deeply, like, baked into this stuff. You know, let's just be fun. Let's be funny. Content curation. What is content curation? Yes. Content curation is often a component of content marketing strategy. But the two concepts aren't the same. Content creation involves designing and promoting your material from scratch. The pieces you produce may be videos, blogs, podcasts, or something else entirely. Content curation entails searching for relevant content from other sources and brands rather than developing your own original content. You know, maybe a dude sent him this and he's an idiot. He can't read. You know what? He can't read it. You know, I agree, because I think I've proven that he might be a little illiterate, but this is so hilarious to me reading this here, because he does talk like a content curator, to be honest, because he does his whole podcast is designed around marketing to you. That's him. Marketing. There's nothing original in this content. So, you know what? Actually, we went full circle. I agree with DSP. He is a content curator because he has nothing original in his content. He can't create anything, which explains a lot. You know what, DSP? For once, you're right. DSP is right, guys. Guys.
Trolls have lost. Ah, yes.
He is, in fact, a content curator because he can't make anything original. Nothing. He has no original bone in his body. Yes!
All right. That's my new slogan. Curation, not creation. There you go.
There you go.
All right. Okay. I got a $1 tip from Snow Carl. I appreciate how consistently you make incredible content. He says, I keep up with your content even though I'm not here all the time. Well, thank you, Snow Carl, for the $1 tip.
I know you are. And it also proves, because everything he has done to his content is from advice from other people. He did not come up with a single thing in his content. Like, nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. He didn't make a single thing for his own content. Everything he has was given by someone else. So, yeah, he is not for creation. He can't create for shit.
You're under 17 socks, and we all know it. But thank you for the $1 tip. I appreciate that. Just like everyone else. We know you're here. We probably talk to you every day, too. I don't know about YouTube notifications. I've literally... not once in my 15 years using YouTube.
Okay, are we like almost done?
I would never use them.
Enough
They're not
of this.
reliable.
DSP, shut
They never
up.
worked. I hear over and over
They never
the years
worked.
that people, sadly, they subscribe to a channel and they just expect that YouTube will work, and it doesn't. So they don't know when someone's streaming. They don't know when someone's uploading. Listen, unlike most other content creators, I have an incredibly consistent schedule. I'm here 6 days a week full-time, podcast, gameplay stream. My schedule is available on my channel page every night, even on my Twitter account /X account. I am Mr. Consistent.
Oh, man, he really loves the...
You should not be relying on
X.
YouTube
Just say Twitter, like normal
to know
people.
what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. There is
Don't call it
numerous
X.
ways that you
X
can
is
find
a
this
dumb
out
name.
at any given moment. If I said I'm streaming and I'm not streaming, something serious is happening. Because again, I have work ethic.
Except for when he doesn't, right? He starts streams late. He changed his schedule last minute all the time. But he's Mr. Consistent.
Different from a lot of other internet content creators who are flaky and they stream whatever they want.
Oh, time to shit on them again because they're flaky and all this stuff because they possibly cannot possibly have a life. You know what's funny? DSP says that how he has a life when games are really long. I have a life. I can't be playing this game forever and all this stuff. But these other streamers who are flaky, right? He can't possibly imagine that maybe they have a life. But the dude who streams 6 days a week and all this stuff, he has a life. But these other people who don't stream all the time, they possibly cannot have a life, obviously.
Play whenever they want. I'm consistent. I treat this like a real job because I care about you guys and I want you to have the content that you deserve. So I work my ass off.
He treats this like a job because it's a job? I mean, this dude is paid to do this. How can I say it's not a job when he literally treats it like a job? At this point.
To put out that content for you. And if I'm not here, I know people actually are upset about it. Like, what happened? Phil said he was going to be here and he's not. I wonder what, they care. And I appreciate that you guys care and wonder what's going on, right? So.
Within reason, dude.
I wouldn't say a single person out there should be relying on YouTube notifications. They don't work. They never have. They never will. Look at my schedule. Know I'm here at the same exact times every single day for you guys. Okay, what is it? This piece of hair. It really will look. This.
Oh
where is it? This is it right here.
This is
piece
meaningful.
of hair right here. Because look, this hair I can brush back nicely, and it goes right into place. You see that? What is this? Stop this! I'm gonna go scissors.
Meaningful.
Dang! I need like a giant hair iron and go. Start teasing my hair in the middle of a fucking pre-stream here. Anyway. All right, I'm just going to ignore it. It's like a pet peeve of mine. If I look on camera and I see hair poking out, it kind of bothers me.
Why don't you disable the preview?
Okay.
Like I do.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And I already talked about today's the last week of September. Today's the last day of September. So any contributions?
Oh my God, we're still not done.
Strong ending to the month,
dude. What else is he gonna say?
What
else is he gonna say?
Gifted membership.
This is like you watch a movie and then like there's a scene that plays so well as an ending and then it keeps going. You're like, wait, it's not ending.
And we have all new animations today so far. You've only seen the legacy super chat animation. Literally any level of tip, any level of super chat, you can see the new animation. So thank you in advance to anyone who contributes. Okay. All right. I got a troll super chat, and I'm just going to read it to entertain it, because it is so stupid. They said, how is you putting on glasses or a vest or a hat, not acting like a Muppet? So what this guy's talking about is earlier on my pre-stream, which, by the way, I never said Muppet, by the way.
I never said
On my
Muppet,
pre-stream
okay? I said losers.
Today, I talked about how I'm different.
Or whatever.
I don't play a character on my streams, right? That to me, it's genuinely me giving you my opinions, my thoughts on a game when I play it. I don't
This dude recently said when he was getting mad during Street Fighter 6 that, oh, that's not my real opinion. I was just in the moment angry and mad. It's like a thing. It's a shtick, man. But now it's him being serious. Fuck off. Enough.
I don't dye my hair. I don't put on sunglasses and a fake mustache and a fucking vest.
You did put on sunglasses during the fucking flight streams. He was like, I'm putting on the pilot's sunglasses and then the pilot hat and all this stuff. Come on.
Fucking fake reject G.I. Joe. I don't look like a cartoon character with frosted hair and shit like that. But people idiotically say things like, oh, but on your streams when you hit a support goal, you put on like a vest or hat. Do you not see the difference? Someone literally who plays a character to entertain children, to try to attract children to their streams so that they can beg their parents to...
How does he know this, though? How does he know these people design it so that they can trap children and to give them money? How does he know this? What's the evidence? Okay.
As opposed to someone who's a genuine gamer who games because they love video games and likes to share that honest experience with their audience. If you don't understand the difference between someone who actively acts up like a cartoon character to try to get children to watch their content versus what I do, you're a moron. And you don't deserve anyone's time. You're just a fucking idiot and you need help.
You need help.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I
Wow.
got a $6.66 tip from an anonymous tipper who says, cheers. And with that,
I'm in for the dun 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 dun.
We have hit $100, which means you guys get to vote on a hat.
A hat.
Obviously, whatever hat I put on, I will voice act like a cartoon character appropriately for the hat, right?
Right?
Right. Of course. I mean, literally, when people say stuff like
Oh
that
my
to
God.
me, it's like, do you not understand that when you say that, you just show how stupid you are?
Idiot.
You think that watching one of their streams versus me is identical. Have you never seen one of their fucking streams where they're continuously acting up, acting like a cartoon, screaming, overact, exaggerating, acting like a character?
Who
It's the only way they
cares?
can get attention.
But like,
right?
what's wrong with that though? What if that's their style? He's like, oh, they do this, they scream and they play a character. But what if that's like their style of content? Like, if you think about like, oh my God, you don't really have to think this hard. But the thing is, like, people who stream, they can either play normally. I mean, which isn't new. Other people do that too. But there's also people that just like they want to add another layer to their stream, and they may want to play a character or whatever. But like, how is that bad? Like, with that logic, then shouldn't we outlaw movies because all these actors are being paid to play a character? Oh, Brad Pitt was in this one movie and he played this guy. Oh, idiot. What an idiot. Is he trying to be a fool? Oh, Robert Downey Jr. played Iron Man? Oh, what is he, an idiot? Trying to get kids in theaters? What an idiot.
Versus someone who just is being real. You know? A little different.
But
By
how?
the way,
How is that not meaningful? What if someone finds meaning in that? He's saying, "Oh, this is meaningful. I make meaningful content, not these other people." How does he know that's not meaningful to someone? Like, I can tell you, I find meaning in watching Moral Oral. Does that mean that? But it may not be meaningful for someone else. Okay.
before any of them, and I'll be there longer than them as well. I'll be much smaller, but I'll still be here. Okay. Now it's time to vote for a hat. So let's see. Which hat is RE4 best? Let's see here. Oh, the Los Santos.
Okay, we're just gonna skip this.
Why? The thing is, you know, I'm gonna be wearing a costume on Halloween. I don't know what kind of a Halloween themed hat you guys would think of. What was that?
What was that?
All right, good place to split the part. I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough. I'll be back with more shortly. All right, we're splitting apart, everyone. Thank you for being a great audience. And hope you were enjoying the playthrough.
I'm not enjoying the playthrough.
Enough of this.
Still after me, huh?
They're pushing me. Oh, they're bullying me.
Oh, this is so meaningful. Wow. This is what pigs can do.
I should take an egg.
Oh, this is so
Eat an egg
meaningful. I'm gonna think about this.
Oh, yummy. It's going to crack
Years
it.
ago.
I'll just drink it right out of the
Oh,
shell.
that's so realistic. He definitely acts that way around Cat when she games, right?
Okay, you eat an egg, you're like, right, Cat? Right? Yeah.
Definitely. Oh man, I'm gonna think about this when I'm like 50. I'm gonna think back. Oh man, I remember when DSP played Resident Evil 4, and he like cracked it. He cracked an invisible egg, and he's like, I'm gonna remember that.
That's a good pick-me-up. The iris allows you to see clues that are almost invisible to the naked eye.
What the?
Wow, meaningful content. He curated this just for us. Ignoring the obvious. Oh wow! Oh, that's so meaningful.
Fuck!
Wow. Oh, I better run, DSP.
I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. You don't know he's coming, right? I wasted an explosive shot on them because they didn't tell you that he was coming. And then... I get it, like, it seems like a fun fight, but I need resources. They didn't give me, like, the good stuff to use against the parasite, right?
Parasite?
They really didn't. So,
Okay.
all right, next time
All
around,
right.
we'll take a fresh perspective at it. Thing is, I'm out of time. I can't keep going. This could take, you know, a while. It could be a hard fight. I like it. I do like the DLC. Haven't played Resident Evil in months. I'm enjoying it. Hope that you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. And next time around, when we continue, more Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways. Now, some people have said it's 5 hours long. I don't think so. I mean, we played for 3 hours. We didn't even beat Chapter 3 yet, right? So I don't think so. I think this will probably be 2 to 3 streams for us. So probably at least another 2 to 3 sessions to wrap it up. But I am enjoying it.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, chilling. Thanks to those who
Double
supported.
double thumb.
Great stream overall today. Until next time,
Great
thanks for
stream.
watching.
Perfect
See you then,
stream.
and more coming. We'll get El Gigante next time.
El
Peace out.
Gigante.
All right. Alrighty, everybody. Yes, that is it. I hope that you guys had a good time with me today. I certainly had a good time. Let's close this.
Why do you take off the
And,
glasses?
We continue
man.
next time with more. Now, when is next time? Tuesday for this week. And thank you. You guys saw 3
Oh,
of the... No, you saw the $5,
Three?
$10, $20, and $50 new animations for tips today. The only one you haven't seen is the $100 animation for Halloween. You also saw several of the Super Chat animations for Halloween. So thank you guys for those. I appreciate that. And I will upload, and I'll be back tonight with Starfield. All right, guys? Thank you so much. Enjoy the break. Peace out. See you later. And thank you.
peace out. Oh, I'm not watching this video. I was gonna do it, but I'm not. I'm done. I'm done with this. This is taking too long. So we're gonna go to the fun part, the meaningful part of the video. So
Take these fucking things off.
So, like, the main issue I have with him considering himself a full-time content streamer, curator, streamer, or whatever the fuck, is that there's really nothing meaningful. I can understand if it's, like, if he was creating something that, like, a review or whatever, but he doesn't even do that. And then the reviews he puts out are just lazy, lame summaries of what he watched. And then when people try to give him constructive criticism about it, he's like, how can I do that, man? That's stupid. And he's just toxic in other ways. But it really shows a level of insecurity from him when he can't even defend his own content without putting others down. Or even saying other people do fucked up shit. Like, you can realistically understand, yeah, there's probably people out there that make bad content or phishing content, scam content, whatever. But what does it benefit you to constantly just bring that up in terms of your own content? Like, it's one thing to say, like, I'm gonna do a video to criticize this and see the issues here. But when he does it as a general thing to say why his content's better, it just kind of dilutes what he's about. Because why are you gonna sit there and explain to me the issues of other people that you're not even gonna name or explain, and he doesn't really know why? Like, he says, like, oh, these people target kids. How does he know that they want to get a kid's audience? Because they act funny? So if I act funny, that means I want to get kids to watch my content? What kind of bar is that to clear? It doesn't make sense, because people all ages like clowns, I guess, whatever the fuck, or just people who overreact, whatever. I mean, who's to say who likes what kind of content? I mean, people like VTubers, does that mean that I could openly generalize, oh, if you like VTubers, you are just a horny teenager who wants to jerk off to anime titties? And it's like, that doesn't make any sense, because there are a lot of VTubers out there, and people just like their content because they might be funny or interesting or whatever. And then to say that all these other people do generalized content, when some of the people he complains about or criticizes over the years have made specialized content, such as, like, oh, this person only streams Call of Duty, this person only streams Street Fighter or a fighting game or whatever, and they live in that niche, or niche, I should say. And that is specialized content in a way, because they're focused on one angle. This dude is playing all kinds of games, all AAA, of course, and all that stuff, which is general. It's all generalized. His commentary is generalized. So I don't quite understand how he can tell us that he makes unique, curated content when everything he puts out is arguably safe for the mainstream. He makes poop jokes because, according to him, and I quote, no one can be offended by poop jokes. And all that kind of shit, because it's stuff that general audiences can digest, and he won't be called out for, and he won't be called a sexist, racist, whatever, even though he still makes those risque humors in some cases. But even if let's say we pretend he stopped doing those kind of content and only he doubles down on poop jokes, it's still he's doing that in a sense to be more marketable, because if he's truly about being his own person and being his own content, then he should be fine making content that can be for his own audience. But he doesn't genuinely believe that he's making content that is better or that he matured and all this stuff, because he's shown so many times again and again that he only changed so that he just wouldn't be canceled and he wouldn't have to lose a platform. He doesn't do it because he genuinely believes that, oh yeah, this what I said back then was fucked up and I shouldn't say that anymore. It's that, oh, if I say this, then people can get mad about it. So it's not even for his own self-interest, more about, oh, I don't want to get called out. So there's really nothing genuine about him. And it doesn't really bode well when he's trying to convince everyone that he cares or that he's so different. Like, he really does talk and operate like a fucking corporate Twitter account on Pride Week. Or Pride Month, where they just change their profile picture and then they say, we care, and then they don't. That's DSP to a T. He doesn't care about anything he says. When he goes on and on about all this stuff that's going on in the industry and all this stuff that he doesn't agree with, it's hard to take him seriously because he doesn't really show that he genuinely cares at all half the time. He says, oh, these poor indie games, but he doesn't give the indie games any spotlight. And then when they do get a spotlight, oh, it's an indie flash in the pan. Oh, it's a fad game. Like Among Us is an old indie game that was there before Fall Guys. Fall Guys gets big, and then Among Us starts getting big again. And he's like, yeah, it's because of a fad meme hype or whatever. But it's never that, oh, maybe someone decided to give Among Us a chance, and they're like, oh, this is actually pretty fun, and then more people started to play it because of that. No, it's because it's a fad. So he discredits these indie games that finally get viral popularity, but he bellyaches about how indie games cannot make it in the industry. So which is it? So all this stuff that he says he doesn't truly believe in, it's all bullshit to make himself look good. It's all marketing. And when I read that definition about content curation, it really does sound like DSP, more so than being a content creator, because he can't create anything. There's nothing in his content that's unique or different that anyone else can't do. People try to make content that no one else can't, so that they can stand out a little bit more, or that they do something that's a little bit more interesting or whatever, or they just make content. But DSP really wants to be a special snowflake with his content, but he's not. He just isn't. So that's what I wanted to make this video. I did not expect this to be a 2-hour video. If you made it this far, I'm glad you sat through this. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time, and hope you have a good week. Bye-bye. Wait, I gotta say, my co-host has something to say.
I'm shook.
Wait, no, not that. Shut up. Wrong one.
Time to skedaddle on out of
There
here.
we go. Bye-bye.